what's up guys, my name is Alan Mustafa and today I'm making this video related to something that really interests most of us. It is about machine learning and it is closely related to image processing. Because first, if you're doing machine learning, you need to know the basics of machine learning. A machine learning is just image is kind of having a subset known as the image processing. So you can process an image and extract the information in that image and use that information to do something. For example, if you make a robot, you need to capture the image through its webcam or through its camera and get that image frame by frame, process that and tell the robot what to do next. So for example, if a robot is moving into a certain direction, you need to capture what exactly the robot is seeing and tell the robot how to respond when there is a stop sign, or when there is a signal turning red, or when the signal is green, or if there is an obstacle ahead of the robot. So you need to tell them. Well, this particular video that I'm doing right now is not related to this, but it is closely related to what we are talking about. But this video is not about that. It is about blending two images together and getting a single image. Well, this is image processing, and the library that I'm gonna use for this project is the same library that you will use to make a robot like this. So go ahead and search OpenCV in the Google. It will take some time because of my internet connection. Yeah. And go to this website, opencv.org. This is a library which is known as open source computer visions. Now you can go ahead and go to the releases and download any of these packages or supported by your operating system. If you are using Windows, you can go ahead and download the WinPack. If you are using iOS or Android, you can go ahead and download those as well. Well, I have a Windows operating system running on, so I have downloaded this WinPack and I have installed in the system. Well, the whole installation is provided in the PDF file that I made, which is available on the internet for free, and you can find the link to that PDF file in the description below. Now what I did is that I created this project. Well, this whole project is actually available on GitHub, so you can go there and get the whole code and run by your own self. Change some things and go ahead and play with it. And now this software, what it does, it takes the image from the webcam frame by frame and blends every frame with an image, with whatever the image that you need to blend it with. For example, I have this particular image. I have this beautiful car, BMW. Oh my god, no, Paint 3D, no. Okay, so open with photos, and why is taking so much time? And laptop is just wasting so much of my time. Yeah, well, it's so blurry. Yeah, now this is the image that I need to process. Not process, basically blend with the webcam frame. Now what I do is that I need to know what its link is. Now it's basically my desktop and it is bmw.jpg. Now I made a single file like this. This is my actual link and it is bmw.jpg, and I'm gonna save this thing, but first I'm gonna copy and I'm gonna copy this thing. Now as soon as I run this project, now you're gonna see a black console screen. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna build this thing. Okay, it is doing its job, but it's wasting a lot of time in building up the software. Okay, wait a second, what it done? Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna go to the debug folder of this project and open the executable file that is created using this particular software. Now I'm gonna paste this link that that is the location of that BMW car picture, and I paste it right here, and I'll press the enter button. Okay, so now we have four windows open up. First window is the track bar. The second is the weight image. Now the weight image is actually the location of that BMW car, but it is not actually doing anything. It is just an image in a window. So we're gonna minimize this. Now the second image is the webcam feed of me. I'm gonna hide this thing as well because it's not doing anything. Now the two images here are basically important: the destination window and the grayscale version of the destination window, if I say it like this. Okay, now the formula states that you need to have an alpha value, a beta and a gamma to play around and blend the two images together. Now in the formula you need to just give the alpha value. The beta is automatically calculated using because it has a formula 1 minus alpha equals beta, and the gamma is normally set to 0, so you don't need to worry about that. Now we'll just play with the alpha value, and you'll see what is gonna happen. You see this thing? What is exactly happened is the webcam feed the webcam feed is actually blending with the BMW picture. Now it depends on the quality of the picture and the quality of the blend. So I have many other pictures available on my side, and my webcam isn't so good as well, but this is how it works. Now I'll explain you what and how this code actually works, so you can go ahead and do what and see the code by yourself. It is available on the GitHub. First we will initialize few things because we need them globally. Now we have the alpha slider, which is the track bar that you have seen, and these are the few values. Now as I mentioned, I set the gamma equals to 0, so I just hard coded it. Now every single picture is stored and read by the computer as a matrix. So you need to create an object known as camera feed, a grayscale, a weight, or destination as a mat object or a matrices object. Now I have created a main function of who is actually controlling all this thing. I have taken an input as a string, and then I have selected the size of this thing, the frame width and frame height. The frame width and frame height is this. I define it as a constant in because it's not going to change anywhere, and if some function tries to change this thing, it's gonna show an error, so that is fine. And then we have a weight. We resize this weight image, the BMW image, and into the size of what we need actually. It is resizing as a frame width and frame height, because every single image that you're blending together should be of the same dimensions, and you have to remember this: if you are blending two images together, they should be of the same dimensions. Now we have set the dimension of the webcam and the weight image as the same. Now what we do is that we open up the capture of the webcam. Now the 0 represents the initial and the primary webcam of your laptop or your computer. If you have any other camera installed with your laptop, you can just go ahead and write 1. Any other camera, just increase the index value. But I'm using the primary webcam, so I'm writing here 0. Now you set the camera height and camera width because you need to do that. Every single thing you're blending together should have the same dimensions. You do that right here, and you add a little, kind of an error reporting. If the camera is not opened, you show an error, and you return something that alright, the camera is not actually open, or maybe it failed somehow. You just do this to avoid crashing in your software. Now you add a while loop here, and you capture, and you whatever the webcam is capturing, you need to transfer that in you need to transfer every single frame one by one into this camera feed mat object. Now if you hover over this, it says mat camera feed, which means that the camera feed is the object of a matrix, uh, is a mat object basically, which we have defined globally over there. Alright, now we made a track bar. This whole code right here is to create a track bar. Now as soon as I change the alpha value, as soon as I was changing the alpha value, I need to report it back to the software. So how I'm gonna do that? I need a track bar callback function, which I have to make before which I have to make to work with the track bar. So what I did, I need to make a track bar callback function, which I made it right here. It's a void it doesn't return anything, so it's a void type, and it's a track bar, and it takes two parameters, the integer value and the void pointer. You need to basically it's just there, and you have to memorize this. You have as whenever you are working with the track bars, you have to go around and do this stuff. Now track bar callback isn't a defined function. You can name it anything you want. Now in the track bar function we have this alpha value. Now we have to cast the alpha value, because we are having this as an integer. So we cast this integer values into double and save it to the alpha. Now the alpha, beta and gamma were all double as they're defined right here. Now we calculate the beta value by 1 minus alpha, which I told you earlier, and we apply the formula: add weight to the camera feed using alpha and the weight image using beta and gamma, and store all this result into the destination mat object. This is a mat object, and what you do next is just you convert this destination into the grayscale color. So you definitely see a grayscale version of all this mess around there. It basically looks nice and it's look decent. So you do that. If you don't want to do that, okay, just go ahead, never do that. But I just done that in order to show you how you can convert a picture into a grayscale version. And by the way, you can convert this image to the HSV version as well. This is the hue saturation value, but just replacing this gray over here by HSV. Now we have to make the windows in which we can show our pictures or images, right? Now now we have to first make windows for that. Now when I was running this project, you have seen that the title of the window says the camera feed, the grayscale, weighted picture, destination window, track bar, all of these things, they're just right over here. If you change the name of the camera feed, it's just gonna display on the title. But they are important to do this, because whenever you want to show the camera feed that you have processed the destination, for example the destination mat object, you need to show that into the camera feed, for example, or in the destination window. You need to know which window it is. So what you do is that you use the ImShow function, and in the ImShow function, in the destination window that we made in the main function right over here, and what you do is that you pass in the destination mat object. So the destination mat object is shown in the destination window using the ImShow function. And all of this code actually does what I showed you earlier. Now I'm gonna go to GitHub, because this is a code that is available right over in this link. Now this whole project is uploaded on the GitHub. You can go ahead and download this code, clone this repository, and use it in your projects maybe, and play around with the values, and go ahead and learn OpenCV. I may just have made some interest into you, I guess, but if I did actually made some interest into you, it can really help you in learning how code actually works with your images. If you really try out doing something, you can actually go ahead and make some interesting projects, like tracking an object in the live webcam, tracking your own face in the live webcam. You can do that. You can do multiple things with the OpenCV. You just need to learn them. And learning is basically very easy. You can just go ahead and click on the documentation of the library version you download. In the documentation you have a lot of things available. They provide a lot of documentation on the functions that they have. But OpenCV is really easy to use. If you have a little bit knowledge of object oriented programming, you can go ahead and learn the OpenCV directly. You just don't need anything. So yeah, I'll provide the links to the GitHub repository in the description down below. You can just go ahead and download and clone this repository and use it in your projects. So well, yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you like it.